Hi, and welcome to episode 5 of Girlfriends Knitting. I'm Carolyn, also known as Call Shirley on Ravelry and Plurk, and this is my little podcast where I talk about what I'm knitting and my fitness goals of the week and how I've been doing on my fitness journey. Today is February 22nd. It's a Wednesday. I'm recording a day late because I had a terrible day yesterday, so I apologize for being a day late. Let's get to some news and notes. We had a winner in our membership drive giveaway last week, JetGirl1313, who is also KDO, and she won something that I made for her. She picked the kitty cat fabric, and so it's got a ribbon closure, and you unroll it and open it up, and it's got a different fabric inside, and as you can see, it's got these little pockets, and those little pockets are perfect to hold sets of double point needles or your cable needles. So I'm going to get that sent off to Katie tomorrow. And then in addition to this, one of our members, PKJewelry, was super sweet, and she sent me some stitch markers and a row counter, and they're Angry Birds. They're so cute. So it's, let me move the card, sorry, motion sickness. Pretty Nitty Jewelry. And so Katie will also be getting a set of stitch markers and a row counter from PKJewelry. So super excited. Go check out her shop on Etsy. She has some really cute stitch markers, some of the row counters as well that you use as stitch markers. So go check that out. I'm sure you will love what you see on that site. And I think that's actually it this week for news and notes. So on to knitting. I have no finished objects this week. I have almost a hoe, a half finished object. This is something I wasn't even working on last week. It's a pair of yoga socks. So you can see the heel is gone, the toe is gone, so that you can feel your heel and your toe when you're doing yoga. And I'm making these for Yogi, my yoga instructor. And I finished the first one except for weaving in the ends. And she tried it on today and it fit great. And I'm about to where I put in the waist yarn for the second sock. And I'm using my red lace Chow Goose. I love them on a 1.5. They're size 1.5, 2.5 millimeter. And what I'm doing is simply knitting and ribbing. I'll kind of bend that so you can see. I just knit and ribbing like this until I get to 3 inches. Then on one of the needles, because I'm using 2 circulars, I put in waist yarn. Then I continue on knitting for the other 3 inches, just in 2x2 ribbing. Then I take out the waist yarn and basically knit just an inch around. And that's my little yoga sock. And this is out of I don't even have the band for this yarn, but it's a kind of a micron rayon acrylic type blend. And so it's super stretchy, super soft, and will be really good when you're in yoga and sweating. And so that's what I'm making that out of. So I've got one done, almost done with the other. Some other things that I am working on this week. I have shown a lot of love to my Hogwarts Express. So I had a 100-gram ball, and the directions say to do this garter stitch pattern until you've used 45% of the yarn. So that means when I have 55 yards left on the ball, then I need to switch to the owl pattern for the bottom of the Hogwarts Express. And I believe I have 70 yards left right now, grams left on the ball. It is so big. So I have several more rows to go before I switch over to the owls pattern, but that's okay. I'm enjoying this little pattern. And it's just fun and easy, and when I'm tired and not feeling good, which I have been all week and probably look at today, that's what I work on. I have also started, and I hope to get finished by the end of February, but I don't think it's going to happen, the Lala Love You Cowl for the Knitabulls Knit Along. And there you can see like one of the heart repeats. I've got one repeat done, and I'm probably going to end up needing to do about 8. It is on some Hiya Hiya Sharps, size 8. I'm loving the Hiya Hiya Sharps, and I'm using Malabrigo Rio, in Cumparista colorway. So it's reds and blacks, and it's just really pretty, and so I think it'll show off the pattern pretty well. And I don't know, I like my hearts in reds and pinks and purples, so I picked that red. So I've given a little bit of love to that this week. And last but not least, if you are doing the mystery mittens knit along with the KnitGirlls, if you don't want to be spoiled, close your eyes. But I'm going to cover up clue 2 and show you clue 1. So here is my clue 1. It's purples in variegated purple over a lime green. And it's got a Latvian braid, and I'm loving it. And I really like clue 2 as well, but you'll have to wait till next week to see my clue 2. So this is the green. That's a pretty accurate representation of the green there on the screen. And then the purple, it is just purpley and blue with these spots of pink and red. It's like a bowl of ripe raspberries or blackberries. It's really pretty, and I really like how it variegates in that stitch pattern that Laura came up with for the cuff of the mittens. And I think I'm going to do the fingerless version, because in North Mississippi, even though it's mid-February, we're already getting back into the 60-degree weather, so it's never really that cold. So I think I'm going to do the fingerless, because then I'll probably be able to wear them a whole lot more. That's it for my spinning. It's been a long week. Please bear with me. For my knitting. No finished objects this week. Those are my works in progress. The Hermione's Everyday Sock and the Straun Take 2 are still in progress, but I haven't done very much on them, so I don't want to show you basically the exact same thing you saw last week. What I have been doing a lot of is spinning. I don't know if I was tired this week or what it was that caused me to spend the majority of my time spinning instead of knitting. And I'm just spinning on a drop spindle, and I don't have a spinning wheel yet. That's one of my hopefully prizes for doing well on this knitting fitness journey. So one of the things I spun, I don't remember if I've showed you this before, but this was my second spinning on a drop spindle, and it's a blue and green colorway, and then I used a brown wool sock yarn and plied it with that. And I love it. It's pretty thick and thin. I'll unwind it here a second for you. Balance is something I'm still definitely working on. See, it's still spinning pretty bad. I haven't bathed it, I haven't thwacked it, so there is a lot more to be done to it. But I'm pretty happy with it. Okay, so I'll set that aside. That was my third, basically, spinning attempt. So then here is the gorgeousness that was my next attempt. I am in love with this. So then I took some of the leftovers of this purple, and this is a Cordale. And I spun it up with a blue, and I got this purple and blue that I also just absolutely love. And they're only about 8 yards in each of these little mini skeins. I think this one has 20 yards in it, because they're just little 1 ounce sample fibers that I'm using right now. Then I got brave and I pulled out my unwind yarn. I'm sorry, I'm talking to the side. I pulled out my Unwind Yarn Company fiber that I showed you, the abalone colorway, and I began spinning it. And I am loving how that's coming out. It is a little bit thick and thin, but that's just more user error on me than intentional. But it's so pretty, and the colors are so pretty. And yes, I'm just using a toilet paper roll holder to roll it up on as a bobbin, since I am using a drop spindle. And unlike these other sample fibers where I only had like 1 ounce, I actually do have 4 ounces of this. So I split it into fourths and then took each of the fourths. This is about half of one of the fourths, so this is about ½ ounce. And I'm going to spin 2 ounces together and then spin the other 2 ounces together and then do a 2-ply. And because of the weight that I'm spinning right now, the thickness, it'll probably end up being a worsted or a bulky weight, but I'm so okay with that because I am just learning, and I'm super happy with the colors and how that is looking. So I have done lots of spinning this week. And I think that's about it for my knitting and spinning. Pretty short this week. I haven't felt good. I probably look like I don't feel good. But I am on the mend, and so that's good. And part of the reason I look like I've been drug around behind a truck right now is because I have been working out, and I have run / walked, more walk than run, 2 miles, and I actually did that this afternoon as well. Thought I was going to die. I have not lost weight this week. I have been very unmotivated, but I have not gained weight this week either. So yay, that's good when you're not motivated. So instead of not gaining, you just maintain during those non-motivated times. I think that's awesome. I don't think I have eaten very well, but I haven't eaten very much of the bad stuff. So I have not been as conscious of what my food choices are this week as normal. I think that has a lot to do with me not feeling well. I just don't have the energy to stop and think about what I need. I've tried to drink a lot more water this week, and I've been fairly successful at drinking more water. That could just be because of dehydration. I need more water than normal this week. So I am very happy for as bad of a week as it's been for me physically to have maintained the 2 pounds that I lost last week and to have made it through this week in one piece and still been able to exercise a few times this week, still been able to maintain as little sugar as I have been in the past, and to at least not eat as much as of the bad stuff as I could have. And then drink a lot more water. I've been averaging at least 3 glasses of water a day, even though I know it should be a whole lot more than that. Normally I don't drink any water, and so 3 glasses is really an accomplishment for me, so I'm pretty happy about that. Very short episode this week. I am going to just wrap it on up and probably go run a hot bath and maybe go to sleep. And I hope y'all have had a much better week than I have. And I hope Katie is looking forward to getting the goodies from me and from PKJewelry in the mail. And I will see y'all next week. Happy knitting!